including knowing their names. So that was the essence of the soteriology, the escape route.
What is the origin, Huston, of this sevenfold path of initiation? The source of it?
Well, the seven realms, they're usually said to come from Babylon, but I think they're far more universal than that. I think they're archetypal. And the Hindu temples have seven tiers, and rainbows, seven colors, and you just seven notes of the pentatonic scale. And I think it's just all over. So if you're asking where did it come from, I think it's deeply, if you take a Jungian point of view, it's deeply lodged in the collective unconscious, or in some way. I don't know, do you have a more? I think of the chakras, of course.
Well, the question was stimulated by the pervasiveness of the number seven,
right,
in terms of nodal points of transformation.
Right. Yeah, I guess I see it as too universal to look for any one historical route of influence.
You could also say that anybody without electricity watching seven wanders of the stars in comparison to the stars certainly would be archetypal, would be experience common to all peoples in the early days.
Right.
Because there are the seven that wander and the others that are fixed. And so if you need a cause, I suppose that's just logical, one is saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So many of the Native American teachings are so concrete, in essence, that they are rooted in the logos of the cosmos, and what really is. So I appreciate your offering, Myron, because that's the knowledge of what really is, in fact, dancing between the traditions of the various lineages of Buddhism and various Native American lineages. I see the logic of that logos, that kind of finite cosmology, which has real physical truth about it.
That's what I meant, the experiential knowledge.
Well, finally, morality. We've had theology, cosmology, anthropology, soteriology, and now morality. Oh, soteriology. It's always a shock when people ask me how to spell things, because I ask other people. I'm a terrible speller, but I know that one.
Did you go through the seven, did you mention what these seven layers are? The seven shells or the seven sheaths?
And descriptively, no. And frankly, I don't have those seven. I'm sure they had theories about what was going on in each of them, but I don't have that in mind. Does anybody know? Yes.
You're listed in the origin of the world to some degree.
Oh, good. About what page?
About 162.
Okay. All right. Do you want? Does it lend itself to a quick summary or not? No. Okay. Well, this book will be around. 160 what?
162.
162. I'll put a place mark in it. Anybody wanting to follow that out can do.
Yet the whole thing is to get to know the names. So,
well,
how do you, and you don't know the layers, so how do you know the names? Maybe that's very hard.
Everything is, that's the beauty of the story, is that the code is buried so deeply and is so ambiguous. That the drawing of it takes your entire lifetime, drawing out of the coded information in terms of the the keys to transcendence.
Also in ritualistic magic, it's very important to know the name or the formula of something. When you know the formula, you can master it. And when you know somebody's name, in some cultures nobody knows somebody's name, because once you know their name, you can master them, you can control them. So the name is whispered in the ear when you're an infant, and then that's it. And then they're given something they're called.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, morality, it's interesting because it took two very sharply divided turns. It'd be interesting, from what you've heard thus far, what would you think the moral implication of a view like this would be? I don't know how I would have answered that, but does anybody have any notion? Well, let me tell you, it took two diametrically opposite routes. One being asceticism, kind of very strict control of the body so that it not take possession of us and our impulses, and denying it as much as possible. But the surprising thing is they also took the opposite of not only a rank and licentious libertinism, but almost a required libertinism, antinomianism. And the logic, the first one I think we can see, if this darkness and matter is what's stemming us in, why we ward it off and we fight it in order to kindle the flame of this light within us. I think that's logically intelligible, but it's a little more devious logic around this other, and that is that we are not going to let it have hold of us, and therefore we're going to fly directly in the face of what would seem like the usual laws of behavior in order to get a kind of liberation from them.
This is very close to the essence of Tantra.
Left-handed and right-handed tongue.
I hate using that kind of distinction.
Okay.
Using the poisons as literally the media of transformation.
That's good. Yeah.
And,
right.
It's almost like it's hyper homeopathy, if you will.
Yeah.
And only it's the most direct path, which is why Tantrayana is also Vajrayana. It takes you right to the essence,
right.
Because you have to, in order to master these conditions, die unto them, into them.
Right. Right. So the homeopathy is, you say, an antidote is using a little poison to build up immunity. Or another example they use is you use a thorn to remove a thorn.